मालूमात की दुनिया में खुश आमदीद। जिन्होंने अभी तक हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल सब्सक्राइब ने वो सब्सक्राइब कर लें। हम ऐसे ही पाकिस्तान के हर शहर की मालूमात लेकर आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर होते हैं।
High in the western Himalayas, cradled in the Karakoram Mountains of northern Pakistan, lies a plateau known as the Land of Giants. The towering K2 dominates this landscape, and to the southwest of it lies the Deosai, the most threatened in South Asia. Their numbers across the region have declined by half in the last 100 years. They're now only found in small pockets in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China and Kazakhstan. Repeated glaciations in High Asia probably decimated a large part of the population and fragmented the rest. Over the centuries, bears have been hunted, almost to extinction. They've been killed for sport and for commercial purposes, their body parts sold for use in traditional medicines. In more recent times, humans have encroached into the wild places where bears live. These timid creatures avoid human settlements, and every year across the region, their numbers are declining. But in the unique haven of the Deosai Plateau, guarded by the sentinels of the western Himalayas and the Karakoram Mountains, the bears have found a sanctuary. For 4 months of the year, as the strong mountain sunlight warms the Deosai is also home to 18 species of mammals, with plenty of playful golden marmots on hand to delight visitors. But there is another resident of Deosai that's the most striking of all. The Himalayan brown bear. And its back teeth are better suited for eating plants. These bears are smaller than some of their genetic cousins. Even when fully grown, males only weigh around 120 to 150 kilograms and measure about 1.5 to 2 meters in length. The Deosai bears have the lowest reproductive rates among brown bear populations anywhere in the world. At a much trimmer 60 to 70 kilograms, female bears don't reach sexual maturity till around 8 years old, and usually produce just a single cub. The cub may stick to his mother for as long as 5 years. And while he is with her, she will not claim an increasing population of brown bears. In 1993, though the situation was very different,
in the early years, there were a lot of difficulties in Deosai in terms of conservation.
the Himalayan Wildlife Foundation recognized that the very survival of the bears in Deosai was at risk and decided to act. They gathered international funding and set up a field camp, conducting vital research on all aspects of the bears and their habitat.
That summer we went around all over Deosai. We worked really hard. We walked up and down looking for bears. We counted the bears and all we could find were 17 bears. Compared to what we had heard from the wildlife department, there were 500. So we were really worried that maybe there were 500 bears once upon a time and maybe this is all that is left. So we have to do something. We had to dart the bears, put radio collars on them so we could do some tracking. We started collecting data, we collected blood samples. That went into genetic studies. So that was kind of a breakthrough in the information we had. Out of this came out a full conservation program.
The Himalayan Wildlife Foundation worked with local communities to foster conservation awareness and also recruited park staff from here. Training the local people in park management gave them a vested interest in the future welfare of the park.
We left in 2002-03. We handed it over to the department. The basic systems were in place. There was a level of protection and the department got its staff in place with its own funding.
Dedicated efforts of the conservation organizations had paid off. The park was divided into zones to Despite the demarcation of zones, the core areas are not always respected as being for the sole use of the wild animals. There are many pressures on the park, including the nomadic herders that arrive each summer. Gujars journey annually.
पहले हम बहुत ठीक थे, बड़ी अच्छी सोलत थी हमारी, 47 के बाद अच्छे रहे हम। अभी हम तंग हो गए इसलिए कि महकमा जंगलात ने जगह जगह जंगल बंद कर दिए।
इनसे शुरू में जब नेशनल पार्क बनने से पहले या 50 साल या 60 साल 70 साल पहले की बात करें तो वहाँ पे एक दो ख़ानदान ही थे जो आ रहे थे देवसाई में। उनके लाइफ स्टॉक भी कम थे, उनका इम्पैक्ट पार्क के ऊपर इतना ज़्यादा नहीं था। ओवर द ईयर्स उनके ख़ानदान की डिवीज़न होती गई। एक घर से अब 10 घर बने हैं, 10 से 40 घर बने हैं, तो पार्क का एरिया तो जितना था उतना ही है।